Admiral Kethvar stared at the tactical display aboard the Nexus destroyer, his four eyes narrowing as Earth's blue marble grew larger on the viewscreen. The Galactic Council had been unanimous in their decision. Humanity was too dangerous to exist. Their rapid technological advancement, their stubborn refusal to submit to galactic authority, and their alarming tendency to turn every conflict into a brutal war of attrition made them a threat that could no longer be ignored. "Status report," Kethvar commanded, his voice echoing through the bridge with the authority of someone who had obliterated 17 worlds. "All weapon systems online, Admiral," his tactical officer reported. "Planet killer charges are primed and ready. We can sterilize the entire surface within minutes of entering orbit." The Admiral nodded grimly. It would be quick, at least. The humans wouldn't even know what hit them. His ship was the most advanced in the galactic fleet. Shields that could withstand the explosion of a star. Weapons that could crack planets and engines that bent space-time itself. No single world had ever stood against such firepower. As they approached Earth's outer defense grid, Kethvar expected the usual desperate resistance. Primitive missiles, outdated energy weapons, perhaps a few ramming attacks from their crude warships. Instead, he found something far more unsettling. Nothing. "Sir," the sensor operator called out, uncertainty creeping into his voice. "I'm not detecting any defensive positions. No ships, no orbital platforms, no weapon signatures." "Impossible," Kethvar snarled. "Humans are aggressive by nature. They wouldn't leave their homeworld undefended." "Admiral," the communications officer interrupted, "we're receiving a transmission from Earth. Audio only." "Put it through." A calm, distinctly human voice filled the bridge. "Welcome to Earth, Admiral Kethvar of the Galactic Council. My name is Dr. Sarah Chen, and I represent humanity's response to your visit." The Admiral's blood ran cold. How did they know his name? His mission was classified at the highest levels. "You've come here to destroy us," the voice continued conversationally as if discussing the weather. "We understand why. We've been quite troublesome from your perspective, haven't we? Refusing to bow, refusing to join your little empire, insisting on our independence. Terribly rude of us. Surrender now," Kethvar growled into the communicator, "and your deaths will be swift." Dr. Chen chuckled, actually chuckled. "Oh, Admiral, I'm afraid you misunderstand the situation. You see, while you were traveling here for the past 6 months, we've been busy. We've been learning." The tactical display suddenly lit up with warnings. Dozens of contacts appeared around the ship. Not ships, but something else entirely. Sleek, impossible geometries that seemed to bend light around them. "What are those?" Kethvar demanded. His sensor operator's hands trembled over the controls. I don't know, sir. They don't match any known ship configurations. They're not even showing up properly on our sensors." "Let me explain," Dr. Chen's voice continued pleasantly. "You see, 3 years ago, we encountered something interesting in the Kuiper Belt. The wreckage of an ancient vessel, not one of yours, something much older. We've spent considerable time reverse engineering its technology, and I must say the results have been fascinating." One of the mysterious contacts moved, and suddenly the Nexus destroyer's shields flickered. "Impossible," Kethvar breathed. "Our shields are impenetrable." "Your shields operate on principles you learned from the Vortak Empire 2000. Years ago," Dr. Chen explained. "Quite impressive by galactic standards. Unfortunately for you, the technology we found predates your civilization by several million years. The beings who built it had a rather different approach to physics." The bridge shuddered as another contact fired. This time the shields failed entirely. "Sir!" the tactical officer shouted. "We're defenseless. How are they doing this?" Kethvar's mind raced. His ship was the pinnacle of galactic technology, armed with weapons that could shatter moons and protected by shields that had never been breached. Yet these humans had somehow rendered it helpless with technology he couldn't even understand. "You wanted to erase us," Dr. Chen continued, her tone never changing from polite conversation. But here's what you failed to understand about humanity, Admiral. We don't just adapt, we improvise. We take your limitations and make them our starting point. You've had the same technology for millennia, growing complacent in your superiority. We've had it for 3 years and we've already surpassed you. The lights on the bridge began to flicker as the ship's power systems failed one by one. This is impossible, Kethvar whispered. You're primitives. You barely have faster-than-light travel. Had, Dr. Chen corrected gently. Past tense, Admiral. What we have now is something else entirely. Something your council never imagined possible because you stopped pushing the boundaries of what could be achieved. You became comfortable with your place in the universe. We never will be. The Admiral watched in horror as his mighty warship, the pride of the galactic fleet, was systematically dismantled around him. Not destroyed, but taken apart with surgical precision by forces he couldn't comprehend. Your crew will be returned, safely to Council space, Dr. Chen informed him. Consider this a message to your superiors. Earth is off limits. Not because we're hiding, not because we're afraid, but because we've moved beyond your ability to threaten us. As emergency systems failed and the bridge fell into darkness, Admiral Kethvar realized the true horror of what had happened. They hadn't just failed to destroy humanity. They had given them the opportunity to demonstrate exactly why they were too dangerous to be left alone. The last thing he heard before losing consciousness was Dr. Chen's voice, still maddeningly calm. Oh, and Admiral, when you report back to the Council, please tell them we'll be in touch soon. We have so much to discuss about the future of galactic civilization. The Nexus destroyer never made it back to Council space under its own power. When the rescue ships found it drifting at the edge of the solar system, the crew was unconscious, but unharmed, and every weapon system had been not just disabled, but completely removed, as if they had never existed at all. The Council received their message loud and clear. Humanity had evolved beyond their ability to control or eliminate. And somewhere on Earth, Dr. Sarah Chen was already planning humanity's next move among the stars.